What's going on, guys? So today we're looking at a new SOG knife that I really like. This is a SOG Flash FL. Okay, the FL stands for Framelock, which we can see this knife is. So essentially all we have here is a SOG Flash knife with a frame lock instead of their little, arc lock, whatever they call it, I forget, in the Flash series. So the Flash knives were extremely popular in like the late 90s, early 2000s. Everyone had one or at least tried one. And as time went on, people just tried the latest and the greatest, and they kind of phased out. I don't see a lot of people carrying the Flash knives anymore. They are excellent little knives. I mean, the regular Flash series, they go for around, I want to say $50, $60, somewhere in that price range. That is awesome. Now, granted, these are Chinese made and they're sporting an 8CR13 MOV blade, all right, so they're not going to perform as well as the regular Flash knives, but it is awesome. It's everything you like about the Flash, only in a frame lock. These do have a little bit of heft to them, all right, 5.25 ounces, because they have a full stainless steel body, all right, so stainless steel top scale, stainless steel lock scale. Quick specs on this: 3.4 inches on the blade length, all right, 4.5 inches closed, all right, and 7.9 inches overall. All right, we have a drop point blade here. It is stonewash finished, all right, which is very nice. And again, I mean, it's an all steel knife, stainless blade, stainless handle. So again, what we have here is basically a SOG Flash in a frame lock. But I think it was very smart of SOG to do this and make a very budget-friendly knife. Stainless steel frame lock. They could have very easily went with a high-end steel titanium frame lock, the exact same knife, just different materials, charge $100, $150. But I like that they went the opposite direction and just made a very affordable version of the Flash design. All right, so what we have here is two finger choils. All right, one thing I noticed in using this is that if I get my fingers right in there and choke up on the knife, it is extremely comfortable. If I do a natural grip like this, a little jimping on the back there, my middle finger does end on this kind of point, but it is a very rounded point, all right? So it's not uncomfortable, it's just not as comfortable as landing exactly where your fingers are supposed to in those choils. All right, if we look at the bottom here, you can see we have a nice pocket clip, very nice spring steel, so you can really stretch this thing out without, messing it up or bending it. All right, so very easy to get into even thicker pants like denim jeans and stuff like that. And of course, as you can see, it is a deep concealed clip. All right, so once this is clipped to the pocket, all you're going to see is that pocket clip. However, people are going to know it's a knife because SOG has always been very conscious of their name and logo, and they incorporate it everywhere they possibly can. Not necessarily a bad thing, but for all the knife lovers out there, all you're going to see is that pocket clip, but we're all going to know what you have in your pocket. And of course, this is swappable to the other side. All right, so this is set up for right side carry tip up, but you can swap it to left side carry tip up if you wanted to. And of course, this does have the ambidextrous thumb stud, so it's on both sides. You can flick this open, or you can kind of open it slow if you wanted to. If you're in a public place, you don't want to scare anyone. One thing I noticed is when using the frame lock, I almost naturally go here where the dip is. And obviously you can unlock it like that, there's no problem, but it's even easier to come up here where you're supposed to be manipulating that. But for some reason, it just seems a little bit more comfortable to do it down towards the bottom, all right, where that dip is. There is a little jipping there, but what I end up doing is when I'm pushing this, I'm pushing on this very corner, all right, which is not super sharp or anything, but again, it's not as comfortable as pushing down here. All right, so obviously it's just up to you where you want to manipulate that lock, but either way, it's going to work for you. Very cool texturing on this as well. It just feels really good in the hand. It's actually quite smooth, right? It's not, super grippy or anything because all these little squares, these square diamond patterns, they're all rounded off, all right? So it just feels really nice in the hand. You can almost see this, curved lines that come through here. So some of these are a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller up here. Just a pretty cool design overall. I mean, for a $15 knife, this is an awesome beater option. I say beater, some people use only $15 knives, so they're not really beaters, so to speak. I'm just saying this is something you can use and not have to worry about so much. If you happen to lose it or break it, it's 15 bucks. The only thing I found as a negative is right in here on the top of the lock bar. It's not really a negative so much. There's, just by design where this was cut out, there's a little extra tiny piece of metal right there. It does not affect me in one bit. It does not affect the performance at all. Now you can see it's where basically the lock face was cut. So it's cut a little tiny notch in there, and that little piece of metal kind of pokes out. So one or two times I went to go unlock this up here and it kind of rubbed and it was a little uncomfortable. But again, most times I'm coming down here to unlock this anyway. But again, I mean, that's kind of, what you're going to get in a $15 knife. Very tiny little inconsistencies. Overall, I have to say that I really do like this knife. Again, because of the price, because of the way it feels, it's all metal. You know, it's going to be hard to break. It locks up great. All right, there's no, off-centeredness to it. I know some people complain I don't show the centering on knives very often. It's just something that doesn't bother me. Unless it's rubbing on one side or the other, I don't really care. I mean, if I have a knife that's over $200, it's something I might check. But anyway, this one's perfectly centered out of the box. It's just a really, really cool knife. I didn't show this before, but it is an open frame design. All right, so you can easily blow out all that dust and dirt and lint, from carrying it. It's just a really cool, affordable knife. If you've never had a flash knife and you don't want to spend 50 or 60 bucks, you can certainly get a feel for it. Now, the flash knives are a lot lighter and they do have a different locking mechanism, so it's not quite the same, but the overall design is exactly the same. So again, for the people out there who like their Flash series knives and just want a cheaper version, you can kind of throw in a tackle box or a junk drawer or whatever, toolbox. This is a pretty cool option. So anyway, you guys let me know down in the comment section if you've used one of these SOG Flash FLs yet, but I have to say I am very impressed. I think it is absolutely awesome for the money. So that's it for now. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.